was about the grind. Yeah, bubble grind.
Now we have a guy that could probably get in there if you...
It's game day. The Edmonton Oilers hit the road once again. Well, hello, Nasties. Happy Friday. Welcome to EST Afternoons here from the William Huff Studio. It's Joaquin Gage, Zach Kubusch, Hernan Salas, and man, oh man, we got quite the show lined up for you, especially after what a roller coaster of a game, baby. And can we please, and this goes for everybody, stop doubting the Oilers, man. Like, unbelievable. We're going to get to it. We're going to break it down. A fun show. And I got to give credit to this guy right here, Walk. Cooked some chicken wings for us. Fantastic. Even though Maddie wouldn't have one. Doesn't trust Walk's cooking. But Joaquin booked the show today. He got us Chris Joseph, former Edmonton Oiler, Oilers alumni, at 220. 140, Zach to the future. And in about 18 minutes, Ole the goalie, Olaf Kolzig, will join us here. You spent the camp with him?
Yeah. So, I mean... I was, I guess, I did. I did. Yeah, whatever. I did. Ole was, he was kind of, when I was coming through the Western, he was a legend because he just so good. Yeah. Right? He was just dynamite and just a beast of a man. I remember at I was telling you before, at camp in Washington when I was there, we're going through testing and he's probably around 6'4", I guess, but he gets off the like the 30-second bike or the VO2 test, and I just remember going, this guy looks like a linebacker, like he's just but he's jacked, right? And I'm like, wow, I got to do a lot of work, and I was in good shape, but he was just a mammoth of a man, and then the way he played, I loved the way he played.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to chat with him about the finals, talk about Ovi, talk about his career. He played in one Stanley Cup Finals, of course. Didn't go their way, though. They got swept. I think Esa Tikkanen was on that team, wasn't he?
Was he? I know it was Juno, Oates.
Yeah, I think Tick was on that team.
Was he? Okay.
Yeah. And just be great to catch up. It's going to be a fun conversation. And it's going to be a fun show. I mean, we're feeling good. I'll say this. I didn't want to say it yesterday, but I'll say it today. I think in Game 5, the Oilers do what the Panthers did to the Oilers in Game 3.
Really?
Yeah. That crowd's going to be buzzing. Like, what an unbelievable game. Just a few tidbits from it. Leon Draisaitl becoming the most clutch guy in the Stanley Cup playoffs history. I mean, this guy's awesome. Scored his 4th overtime goal of these playoffs. Only player to do so. Okay? He set the NHL record. Scored in Game 4 versus the Kings, in Game 2 versus the Vegas Golden Knights, in Games 1 and 4 against the Panthers. Unbelievable. Pickard, 7-0 now in these playoffs. Oilers are now the second team ever with 2 goalies to win at least 7 games in one postseason. Unbelievable, Gager. 2 goalies at 7 wins.
I'm done with this team.
You know who the other team was?
No.
The Pittsburgh Penguins, 2017, buddy.
The Flower and
Matt Murray. The Oilers have won 10 straight Game 4s. 10! That's why they're called... Well, what are they?
Oilers.
The Edmonton Oilers. What you call the Edmonton Game 4s. Not only that, one more. Yeah. Oilers are the first team to come back from a 3-0 first period deficit on the road in a Stanley Cup Finals since 1919.
Wow.
It's 37-1 now.
Like how many records are being broken lately? Like stuff like old stuff. Just around the league this year. I'd like to know what that stat actually is because
there's a lot. Yeah,
it seems like every game there's something historic being accomplished by either an Edmonton Oiler or somewhere else in the league. Right? Like it's absolutely crazy what's happening. And those stats coming back from a 3-0 deficit. I'm done with this team, though. They're too much.
You're ready for the offseason after the first.
I was like, oh my gosh. I was checking the Blue Jays schedule for crying out loud.
Oh boy. Another thing. So when the Florida Panthers bring in a former Miami Dolphins player to bang that stupid drum pregame, they're 0-7.
Oh.
So maybe stop doing it. But this is why I'm so confident. Today I came in and me and YouTube Trev had a hug. We embraced.
Did you?
We know we'll be celebrating soon.
Okay.
Sorry, that's just the way I feel. I'm not jinxing anything. I'm not guaranteeing anything. It's a best of 3 now. Oilers are at home. I feel really confident that this is going to get done. And Gager, boy, oh boy, are we going to have champagne. Bonnie Dunron said he's going to bring us empanadas.
Oh, right.
If the Oilers win, we'll be drinking all week.
So do you, looking at that game last night, was that the Florida Panthers with the worst lead in hockey, a 3-goal lead, and kind of sitting back and allowing the Edmonton Oilers to get back at it?
It truly is. Like, the Oilers were awesome in the second.
Yeah.
In the first, they struggled. Penalties again, 5-on-3 goal. I'll say this. Skinner was pulled to wake up the team. I don't think he was terrible in that first period, but you had to make that move just to wake everybody up. The second period, the Oilers when Nuge scored, me and Tommy were just kind of, they're coming back. Like, it's automatic now. They do, Joaquin, right? And then in the third, 6 minutes left, Wallman scores. You're like, hey, wow, what a comeback. Those feisty buggers tie it with 19 seconds left. And I didn't think Pickard played it over. I think there was a lot of mistakes on that goal. You're a little upset, but then a fluky goal to win it, like Draisaitl off the skate, goes into the net. But then just before that, like, I don't know how Frederick doesn't score.
Oh, I know.
And I don't know how Sam Bennett doesn't score, but kudos to Pickard. He gets a piece of it.
You know, that from Pickard's standpoint, you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of the goal that Leon put in his own net.
Yeah.
Because you could see how, in that case, Stuart Skinner overplayed the shot and just sold out. He knew how much time was left. And Pickard kind of did the same thing, thinking, and it was a little bit of a scrambled play, but he kind of overplayed the initial danger and getting out. If he was, I guarantee if there was 10 minutes left, he would have played it differently.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Stetcher plays 4 minutes after he gets caught, loses the puck. It ends up in the back of the net. They're going to roll out 5 for the rest of the game. Does Klimberg come back in game 6? He might. There was a good possibility of that. I didn't mind Jeff Skinner's game. I thought he didn't look out of place. We were worried about the physicality.
Mm-hmm.
But man, this team's just, like you said, you're done with this team. Like, they're unbelievable. Like, all the hot takes after the first period, and from everybody, we're all guilty of it. We're all like, holy crap, this is over. And then you're sitting there at 3-3 and you're like, why do I doubt these? Why do I continue to doubt these guys?
I was just mad. I was like, why are you doing this? Why are you keeping me focused on this? I was done. I was done watching. I was looking at other things, and they
suck you right back in. Brother.
Yeah.
That's the thing, man. That's what's going on here with the Edmonton Oilers team. I was talking to my boy Swain after post game. I talked to him on the way home, just catching up on life and everything, and we both said it. Like, it's just like you said, all these records being broken, the way these games have gone, everything that's going. It just seems like the Oilers are the team of. I won't say it, but they're in good standing. Do you think Florida, a veteran team, is a little bit rattled what happened last night, or they rattled for a bit and they move on?
There was a lot of reflection, I bet, because I was talking with Jay about it too. The way that both teams have lost over the last 2 games, right? Oilers just get the wheels beat off them, and then the next game, Florida comes out, and you could see it in their eyes, like they knew they were so close. They were putting themselves in a great position to repeat. And the problem with them was that there was 40 minutes remaining in the game. That was the biggest problem, that hurdle. Like, they had to kind of refocus and stay in that game. And obviously, I don't want to say obviously because these are professionals, but you can't tell me that little Stanley Cups were dancing in their heads at 3-0 after the first period, right? And
they're probably saying, boys, we get the next one, it's over.
Yeah. So, and for Edmonton to come back, and then the feeling of a game slipping away from you, it's awful. It's like there's almost nothing you can do. and Wallman scores, and you look at the bench and even the coaching staff is like, what just happened here? And then you get Reinhart to score a goal with 16 seconds, 19 seconds left, and then you're back in it, and everything's back, and then you hit the crossbar. Great save, but Pickard allows it to hit the crossbar there. You're so close, and Leon shovels it towards the net, and it goes 5-hole. Like the ups and downs of that game are just enormous. And what was it? Didn't Coach Knoblauch say, "I'm exhausted"?
Yeah. Well, Paul Maurice said, "This is great. I'm loving this." Yeah. Like he's.
I mean, it's great to be part of. I don't know how they're doing. This is where you need to have heart rate monitors on the coaches in the side panel just to see what it's at. It would be fantastic to watch that. But
unreal.
Yeah,
man.
best of 3, man.
Best of 3. Oilers got to stay out of the box because he can't kill a damn penalty. They did get one on the PP that got him back in the game. Darnell Nurse. We always talk about the Oilers goaltender. I'll say it. Bob wasn't very good last night.
I didn't like a lot of the goals.
He was bad. But they're not going to Vanacek, so. But I'm just saying, like we're always so focused on the Oilers for good reason.
Sure they're not going to?
And look, I thought 3 goals were terrible. Skinner or Pickard let those in. We're torching them.
Oh, yeah.
Like brutal goals. Good for Bob Colson. His post-game interview is so like, what's the word? It's like wholesome. He's just such a good dude.
Yeah. Good for him, too.
Yeah. He's worked his butt off. Good for him to get rewarded. Happy for Jeff Skinner. He was so happy hugging Pickard after the game. I love the embrace between the 2 goalies, too.
Yeah.
It's a nice thing.
How about Jeff Skinner, huh? Like when Nurse scores that goal and he goes to, was it Mikkola? Or no, it was, I don't know what defenseman it was of the Panthers, and he kind of like congratulates him and taps him on the back and stuff. It was, I think you got to have him in the lineup, man.
Yeah, he's great, man. You're not going to change. I think maybe Stetcher comes out for Klimberg.
Stetcher comes out.
After playing 4 minutes, guys. Like that's nothing, man. Like that's a little unbelievable.
Yeah, you can't chance it to someone going down and just going to 5. And I know that there's only a possibility of 3 games left, right? But who knows how many periods that is? We've had 3 of these things already go into extra innings. The reason why the Edmonton Oilers have had success in the first 3 rounds is their depth at D and being able to distribute those minutes accordingly and not just overload 2 sets. I would say this is it's going to be a tiring game tomorrow night. Like the travel, just the emotion to get refocused. Like this is, you're really seeing what these guys are made of at this point. This is an amazing finals.
Yeah, it's one of the best, man. Like unbelievable. Seeing Ryan Whitney, he was at the game, running around the suite, celebrating the goal.
Yeah.
Just seeing all the hot takes after the first period, and then the absolute shock when they're back. I don't know why anyone's shocked about this team. They've come back in every series at least once a game, and they're unbelievable right now.
Yeah.
There's something special going on with that group, and Pickard game 6, obviously, there's no doubt.
You don't change a winning lineup, man, especially when it did something that hasn't been done in decades.
Yeah. So Pickard gets a start.
And it's not because Skinner. Like I know everyone's talked about it. Like I was hesitant to group text and say that Skinner's on right now. Like he was their best player for the first 10 minutes, right? Yeah. And the Oilers just couldn't turn the tide early enough.
Yeah, it's one of those things. But Knoblauch's I think he's gonna be coy about it up until the warm-ups, and then we'll see. But Pickard was really good. He came in, he stopped the breakaway. He got a piece of the Sam Bennett shot in overtime. I thought it was over there. I was like, oh no, you could see it.
I know, you could see it because it was Ekholm that fell at the blue line. And I was like, someone's got to get back. And everyone started getting stuck to the puck. And I go, uh-oh. And then boom, what a great save.
And then Ekholm with a big block too to save a goal.
Yeah.
Just everybody. Wallman, man, what a pickup. Wallman's been absolutely fantastic for this team. Like, what a goal. He's chirping the other team. He's just, how can you not love that guy?
He's a little bit of a feist. He's got some dog in him.
He's got some rage.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We got Olaf Kolzig coming up here in about 4 minutes' time. Edmonton Sports Talk is presented by Play Alberta. Play Alberta is your home for online gaming excitement, featuring casino games, live dealer action, lottery, instants, and sports betting. Now with the new Play Alberta app, you can take the fun with you anywhere. Download the app or sign up today at playalberta.ca. Hit us up on the nasty chat. Hey, guys, we're feeling good, aren't we? It's Friday. The Oilers are back in the series. They play at home tomorrow. They get the win, and then we're one away, baby. Here in Edmonton, we're one away, so let's get to 150 at least. Thumbs up, and hit us up on the River Cree inbox, 780-218-9999. And we're going to send it off, but first we're going to hear the Spanish call from the OT winner last night. Koob, is my computer up? Okay.
Ekon. Arriba, cuidado que se viene. Los Oilers al disparo. ¡Gol! 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 De los Oilers, de los Oilers, de los Edmonton Oilers. Lo ganado del overtime, lo ganado del tiempo extra. Clásico instantáneo. Leon Draisaitl anotando el gol que marcó la diferencia. Partidazo, se empató la serie. Tiempo extra y los Edmonton Oilers se llevan la victoria, coach.
All right, it's only the goalie on the other side of the break. Here's our guy Koob, Sports Update.
Gavin McKenna of the Tigers has been named the CHL Player of the Year, with the 17-year-old having 41 goals and 129 points in 56 regular season games, also posting 29 points in 16 playoff games, eventually losing in the Memorial Cup Final against the Knights. NBA action has the Pacers and Thunder tipping off in Game 4 of the Finals. Indiana leading 2-1 in the series, with action starting at 6:30. And the 3-5 Stingers also take the court against the River Lions on the road in Niagara. Tip-off at 5, with all of EST's audio streams joining the game in progress at 6 o'clock. Staying out east, Ottawa hosts Montreal Redblacks 0-1 on the season. Alouettes 1-0 in the early going. Kickoff for that one is at 5:30. In the majors, Toronto and Philadelphia start their 2-game series. Kevin Gausman gets the ball for the Jays. First pitch at 4:45. Right now, 1 game's live. The Pirates and Cubs runless in the top of the 4th. And the Riverhawks also play meeting the North Paws in Kelowna. Listen to the action on any of EST's audio streams coverage. Joining the game at 7:30. At the U.S. Open, it's J.J. Spawn in first at 5 under through 6 holes in round 2. Canadian Taylor Pendrith sits 7 shots back through 6 on the day, tied for 15th. Olaf Kolzig joins us after a brief intermission here on EST Afternoons. I'm Zachary Koob, and you're up to date.
Get your fix every single game with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas. Whether it's breaking down the starting lineup, predicting key matchups, or diving deep into the game's biggest moments, Tom and Hernan are here to give you the best insight and analysis in the city. After the final horn, get the breakdown of every key moment, performance, and player reactions. It's your one-stop shop for all things game day. Catch the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Sunday through Thursday, 9 p.m. to close, head to The Banquet and dive into banquet burgers, sushi tacos, nachos, and more. Late night bites, big flavors, and epic deals. The Banquet. Get real. Play hard.
Time out, Edmonton. The new Play Alberta app has arrived, and it's here to make your gambling experiences more fun, exciting, and secure. Enjoy the convenience of hundreds of casino games, betting live on your favorite sports teams, and access to lotteries all in one place, anywhere in Alberta. Enter code YEG50 to receive a $50 free bet when you make a $5 minimum deposit. That's a $50 free bet for new and existing users using code YEG50. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
Keep your team jersey and rally towel close by and help bring the championship home. For all your other treasures, store them with Sentinel Storage. Store Canadian. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca. Proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
121, welcome back to EST Afternoons here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Feeling good in Edmonton after Leon Draisaitl's OT winner last night in a roller coaster of a game. It is Joaquin Gage. I'm Hernan Salas, and very excited for our next guest, former NHLer, longtime Washington Capital. In his time, one of the best goaltenders to play. Joaquin shared a training camp with him. And we're very pleased to bring in Olaf Kolzig, who joins us now here on EST Afternoons. Olaf, how are you doing today?
I'm good, guys. How are you doing?
Oh, we're doing excellent. Right in
probably a lot better than after last night's game, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was just going to say, everybody's feeling pretty good here on this Friday after last night. Olaf, I guess we'll start there. The Stanley Cup Finals has been absolutely amazing to watch. Both teams, absolute heavyweights in this one, 3 overtime games. What are your thoughts, through 4 games here of this Stanley Cup Final between the Oilers and Panthers?
Well, yeah, it could go down as one of the best series ever. I mean, I think Game 3 was a little bit of an outlier. I thought Edmonton kind of got sucked into Florida's game and took some unnecessary penalties and could just never really recover. But I don't know if I've seen a more resilient group to go through what they did a couple nights ago and then to be down 3-0 after one period and come back and find a way to win. It's truly remarkable.
Excuse me, Oiler Joaquin here. Thanks again for joining us, buddy. I put out the feelers sometimes. I don't know if they're going to come back, but we really appreciate having you on.
Always for our next teammate, always.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks. Hey, take us back to when you were in the finals, going up against Detroit. Game to game, the mindset of the goalie. I know that around here, it's a very polarizing position to whether Stu Skinner should play, Calvin Pickard could play, but. Take us through the roller coaster of emotions of playing in a final, especially going up against one of the greatest in Dominik Hasek.
Well, going into the conference finals against Buffalo, everybody was like Godzilla versus the Dominator, and I mean, it made great headlines and everything. But at the end of the day, it was me, having to face the Sabre players and Dom facing our guys, and so that's just kind of how I focus. I didn't really get too focused in on Dom. I mean, we all knew what kind of goalie he was, and so I just wanted, just to give my team the best opportunity to win, and hopefully we could figure a way on solving them, and luckily we did, and then we went into the finals against Detroit, and with them being defending Cup champs, and with the amount of talent I don't think we had the belief that we could beat them, which is really kind of weird to say, but I think there was just a little bit of doubt in our minds going into that series. And then after Game 1, we lost 2-1, and I think we started feeling pretty good about ourselves, and took Game 2 a totally different approach, and we had a 4-2 lead, halfway through the third period, and normally in playoffs back then, not so much nowadays because it's no lead is safe in today's NHL, but back then, you could lock it down pretty good, and anyway, they found a way to tie the game, and then ended up winning it in overtime. So, then we had the mindset, okay, we're going home. We've got that, we're down 2-0, but if we can get, game 3, we'll turn it into a series and put a little bit of doubt in their mind. And, and unfortunately they had a killer instinct and we had no answer for it. And unfortunately lost 4 straight, but, and I had a good partner. Bill Ranford, obviously he's won a cup and, played just a ton of games in the NHL. So I was fortunate that I had a guy that had been there and dealt with the media pressure and all that stuff. And so he was somebody I could really rely on, and plus we had such a veteran team that it made my job easy. They kind of shielded me a little bit from everything and just allowed me to play.
Olaf, just sticking with that team, I got to ask, because you brought up Billy Ranford, and yet another former Oiler who's absolutely loved in this city, Esa Tikkanen. What was he like to be teammates with?
We all had to take a course in Tikkanese 101. I mean, he was, it took a little while for the first week or two to understand what he was saying, but. And then we find out he carried all 5 of the Stanley Cup rings in a shaving kit. And I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen a more unique character, met a more unique character. He was one of a kind, but you know what? He was another guy. Brian Bellows as well. Like they just had a calming influence in our dressing room. And we had to get over a few mental hurdles as far as, we were known, as blowing 3-1 series leads in the past. And, so when we had 3-1 series leads, they really helped us kind of just forget about the past and said, this is our team now. And you can understand why he was part of, that Oilers dynasty and contributed to it. And, but yeah, no, he was, he was unique.
Oli, so now you are part owner of the Tri-City Americans. Tell us about your role with getting back to kind of where you started to, and are you a hands-on type of owner? Is there any decisions that go through you, or what's your role with the team?
So no, I'm not really a hands-on owner. Stu Barnes and I had an opportunity back in 2005 to buy the team. Their previous ownership group was threatening to move the team to Chilliwack, and I was already part owner at that point, but because it was Brian Burke and Glenn Sather, and it was right around the lockout, I kind of kept it hush hush. And but anyway, the opportunity, because I was part owner, the opportunity came out that, I had first right of refusal, and when they threatened to move the team, I was able to get Stu and Bob Torrey and another investor here in town, and we talked to the league, and they were going to give us an expansion team, and we ended up convincing them that, we don't want our records leaving for Chilliwack and starting a new franchise. Anyway, so it worked out. We got the team, and so we've been owners ever since, and actually just recently, back in November, we sold a majority share to John Sortland, a businessman out of Seattle, and so he's basically running the organization on a day-to-day basis. He's really the first businessman that's been in the organization, and it's amazing that we've made it last as long as we have, and we've had a lot of success. But it was just time to try to take it to another level, and John has done an unbelievable job so far. So the only major things that we were involved in is when we had coaching decisions or business decisions or any kind of major trade. If you're going to trade one of our big prospects, then Stu and I would kind of weigh in. But we let Bob Torrey pretty much run the day-to-day operations and try to just stay out of his way.
Former NHL goaltender Olaf Kolzig joining us here on EST Afternoons. Hernan Salas, Joaquin Gage. Olaf, I got to ask, late in the season, actually, Alexander the Great, Alex Ovechkin, broke Wayne Gretzky's record. You got to play with him early in his career. I'm seeing on your Twitter that he says you assisted on 5 of his goals, which is pretty impressive. He only scored on you once. But just seeing Alex, you saw him as a young man come into this league, and just to see him break Wayne Gretzky's goal-scoring record, what did that mean for you?
I mean, it was unbelievable. 3 years ago, had you told me that, Ovi's within reach, I said, not a chance. And then I actually I looked up the stats and I did the math, and I'm like, oh my God, he could. I mean, if he stays on his pace, he could break the record. And it just blew me away. I knew he was, we all knew how dominant he was, but I guess it just didn't register to me that how not only is he dominant, but he's durable, right? Like you don't get to that point without staying healthy and playing 95% of the games every year, and that's another tribute to him because of how hard he plays. He's not only a goal scorer, but back in the day, I mean, he delivered some of the most thunderous hits, and he's just a phenomenal generational player. He's a throwback guy too. Like he's, after a game, he'd be more adept to have a Bud Light than a protein shake. Like he would sit in with the guys in the 70s and the 80s, and but he's I kind of tried to be his big brother the first couple of years he was here, and I think all of us as his old teammates, we were so appreciative that he was so outgoing and wanted to absorb the North American culture, and wasn't like a typical Eastern European guy that would come over and kind of be a little standoffish and take a little while to gain his trust, and not over. He dove right in and wanted to be a part of the team and part of the culture, and wanted to room with an English-speaking guy so he could learn the language better. And, went around the dressing room, one of his first practices, to write everybody's names down and the nicknames down so, he could remember them. And it was just so refreshing to see. And I think as a result, he was comfortable right away. We were comfortable with him. He was comfortable, and then he just played. And, it's just a phenomenal story.
Ole, I can't let you go without getting your predictions, because I can't pick this series at all for this Cup final. Who do you think is going to be hoisting that trophy by the end of this thing?
I mean, like I said, with their resiliency and the way they came back yesterday, and I mean, it just seems to be it's Edmonton's destiny this year. I mean, with what they did in the first round, and it's just, I don't know. You say that, and then they throw a stinker in like they did in Game 3, and so it's an unbelievably wild series, and I mean, you got the Florida Panthers who are they're just a machine, third Cup final in 3 years, and defending Cup champs, so it's not going to be easy, but I think McDavid is just willing this team, and everybody's hopping on board. Yeah, it's going to be an exciting finish, that's for sure. At least now we're going to play every second day and not have to wait 3 days between games.
Yeah. Oh, one more for you, Olaf. We appreciate your time. This has been fantastic. Our listeners are absolutely loving it. With the Edmonton Oilers, it's only the second time in NHL history 2 goalies have won 7 games in a Stanley Cup playoffs year. Calvin Pickard, Stuart Skinner. And here it's a big topic of conversation. A lot of people want Pickard to play over Skinner, and that narrative that the team plays better in front of one guy than the other. Just as you as a former goalie, and we always get Joaquin's thoughts as well. But what do you make of the 2 goalies for Edmonton and just that impressive record that they both can come in and win games for the Edmonton Oilers?
Well, so here's my take on it. Stuart Skinner's high is unbelievably. It could be one of the best goalies in the league. And then when he's off, he could be one of the worst, right? Mm-hmm. Calvin Pickard is right in the middle. Like he's the steady Eddie. So that's the decision that the coaches have to make. I mean, do we get the Stuart Skinner that's going to pitch a shutout 2 games in a row, or are we going to get the guy? And there is nothing on Stuart Skinner from last night's game. There's absolutely that was not Stuart Skinner's fault at all last night. So I don't want anybody to misconstrue what I'm saying, but. I don't know. I mean, you look at Calvin Pickard, he's got 7 wins, and then the big number is 0 losses, right? And he's just a steady Eddie in there, and you don't know if the team plays a little bit to protect him, or they just at more ease at ease because he's so calm in there. I don't know. I don't. It is a bizarre dynamic, and I just hope that the right decision is made on who's starting tomorrow, and it works out.
Olaf, thank you so much for taking the time. This has been fantastic. All the best, and enjoy the rest of the Stanley Cup Finals, and hopefully we'll have you on once again. All the best.
Thanks, Ole. I appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it. Looking forward to Edmonton hoisting the cup here in a couple weeks.
Oh, you can. After that, you can come anytime, buddy. People are loving it.
All right.
All right. That's former NHLer, longtime Washington Capital, played in 1 Stanley Cup Finals, Vezina winning goaltender as well. One of the best nicknames, Oli the goalie.
Zilla.
Godzilla, yeah. Olaf Kolzig joined us here. Big shout out to Hawk for setting that up. That was awesome.
Okay.
Great breakdown of the goalies. And I think he's right on the goaltenders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like I kind of said the same thing, so obviously I know what I'm talking about.
No, I took what you said. I took it to heart. Of course I did. But
no, he's great, man. Yeah. He was such a good goalie. God, he was good. And his family, it's funny, they had like a store, like a convenience store in between like Comox and Powell River, and his dad put a big, huge blow up Godzilla on there and had a specialty like jersey made and had Kolzig's jersey on this Zilla up there. I remember.
So South African born, German. That's insane.
Yeah. So he played with the Ice Bear in Berlin.
Moved to BC when he was a teenager.
Yeah, because he's an army brat, I believe, is what.
So does he speak multiple languages? Then I'd assume he's probably pretty fluent.
I mean, in the Olympics back in the day, he would play for the German national team, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, so great guy, and you can hear it. Like you go into dressing rooms, and there's people that that guy's the captain of the team, right? You walked in, and not just his presence, just because his size, but the way he treated teammates, the way he talked to you. Like I knew him, obviously, being a BC kid, younger stuff, and maybe names passed. But I went to camp and introduced, and he knew my name, and he just made you feel like just like Doug Wade or Bill Guerin, like you were lifetime teammates before, Like him taking on Ovi and being as big, that's Zilla, that's Oli.
That's great. It was great him talking about Ovi. I'm glad I asked him about Tick. He started laughing right away. Yeah.
5 Stanley Cups in his shaving kit. Oh my God.
That was great. If you missed it, you can rewind. Of course, it will be up on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get podcasts. That was great. That was fantastic. Probably one of the top guests for sure we've had since we started in September. So shout out to Gager again. Hey, how about we give a thumbs up to the Edmonton Oilers? How about we give a thumbs up to Oli the goalie? We're only at 62. We got to get to 150. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Hey, the afternoon inbox is presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino. You feeling good? How about happy hour? 525 drinks available Sunday to Thursday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Hit us up on the River Cree inbox, 780-218-9999. We'll continue to talk Oilers. Chris Joseph still to come in the second hour, inside the numbers for Play Alberta. But up next, it's becoming one of your favorite segments. It's Zach to the Future with our boy, Koob. Keep slamming that thumbs up for us. We're back after the break with Zach to the Future. Here's Koob, Sports Update.
Projected first overall pick in a couple years, Gavin McKenna for the Tigers has been named the CHL Player of the Year, setting the CHL record with a 54-game point streak, regular season and playoffs combined. On the court, the Thunder look to tie the NBA Finals series against the Pacers at 2 apiece. Game 4 tip-off at 6:30. In the CFL, the Alouettes and Red Blacks clash. Kickoff goes at 5:30, while in Niagara, the Stingers and River Lions go head-to-head. Action begins at 5, with EST's audio streams joining midway through the game at 6 o'clock. Tons of baseball action on the slate, including the Jays and Phillies with their series opener. First pitch at 4:45. Kevin Gausman takes them out for Toronto, and the only game live right now has the Cubs and Pirates locked at zeros in the top of the 5th. While on the road, the Riverhawks take on the North Paws. That one gets going just after 6:30. EST's audio streams joining the action from 7:30 on. Elsewhere, round 2 play at the U.S. Open sees Canadian Taylor Pendrith falling from 15th to 33rd at 4 over through 8 holes played. JJ Spawn and Tristan Lawrence share first at 4 under Spawn playing 8 holes while Lawrence is past 2, starting on the back 9. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated since 1993. They're more than just plywood. They offer everything from doors and flooring to decking, fencing, and custom millwork. Windsor Plywood Leduc. They're the experts you need to know. Gager and Hernan test me with some 80s and 90s trivia on the other side of the break for Zach to the Future. I'm Zachary Kubusch, and you're up to date.
EST Hangout.
But the refs were really bad again.
Dude,
2 missed
they're
calls,
never
high
good.
sticks, be consistent, baby. Come on.
Yeah, they missed some high sticks and some calls the one way. The other penalties were penalties. They
really just seemed to not see anything that we were seeing. And I questioned, I feel like at some point somebody got checked into a ref and the ref was like, didn't see it.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
River Cree Resort and Casino proudly presents Ian Munsick. July 5th, live in the venue. Country fans, you don't want to miss an evening with Ian Munsick, a stampeding, spirited celebration of romance, ranch life, family, and forever young fun. Tickets on sale now at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
Hey Edmonton, ready to take advantage of lower rates and better pricing? South Fort Chevrolet in Fort Saskatchewan has you covered. From rugged trucks to sleek SUVs. And with over 40 years in business, you can trust that you're getting the best deal on your new ride. As the proud title sponsor of the Nielsen Show, EST listeners can drive a little to save a lot with South Fort Chevrolet's transparent pricing and down-to-earth sales team. Visit us today in Fort Saskatchewan or online at southfortchev.com.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
All right, 1:43. We roll along here on a Friday. Everybody's feeling good. Oilers are back in it. Let's go. Big game tomorrow. GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show with Tommy from the Ice House. 4:30. It's an hour and a half because it's the weekend. Should be fun. You'll grab someone down there. There's going to be a ton of media coming up for the game here. It's quick travel, quick turnaround. It's going to be great. Absolutely great. We're live from the William Huff Studios, as we always are. Check out, give our boy Bruce a call. 780-454-4536 or williamhuff.com. As we're going to get now. I'm still on a high from Oli the goalie, man. What a great dude, man. Awesome. I didn't know you owned the Tri-City Americans till today.
Yeah.
Just great guy. He was an awesome goalie to watch. I absolutely loved watching him play. And that was great. But we're going to get to it's becoming one of your favorite segments. Zach's only filled once in 11 tries, so he's a smart little nugget over there. But today, it's super easy. If he doesn't ace this 100%, there's going to be questions.
Okay.
And we want you to chime in as well in the Nasty Chat in the River Cree inbox, 780-218-9999. How you feeling, Coop?
Well, now you're putting me on the spot. Now I have to ace this. Olaf was great. I mean, he was really nice on the phone as well. Just a very pleasant guy to talk to. I'm pretty fired up today. It's a great Friday. Gager made some wings. I just want to thank you publicly for that, but I'm ready to get going. For Zach to the Future, let me know when to roll it.
The wings that Maddie wouldn't eat.
Right.
Yeah.
Roll! Or for me.
Just as I predicted, time traveling is just too dangerous. 1.21 gigawatts. Great Scott.
All right, cool. I'm just going to check if my board is working. It sure is. Look at that. All right, Joaquin, there's the theme today, kind of. Like I tell Coop, always look for hints, right?
Right.
Always look for hints.
Right.
Kick us off. Again, you have a wild card. You can use the Nasty Chat or you can use someone here in the studios.
Koob, what movie is this sound from?
Friday the 13th. Final answer.
I didn't think you'd know, man. Those are old school movies, bro.
It is an old school movie, and the films, I haven't watched all of them, but some of those like horror classics are pretty good in my books. But they came out with a video game in that, and it was that was a very prevalent noise, and you knew to be scared.
All right, question 2. How many Friday the 13th movies are there?
When did the first one come out, and when did the last one come out? That's a question I need to know.
You're asking way too many questions.
Do I have to get...
The first one came out in the 80s. I'll just tell you that.
Okay, is it more than 10? I want to say 13, but that seems too easy. I'm not sure who would know this here, because I don't know if Reed's like a huge, Friday the 13th guy.
Are you really going to use it on that?
No. I'm not going to use a nasty chat or anything. I got a lucky number 13, so that's what I'm going to go with. Final answer, 13.
Shoot. So close.
14. Let's say 14, right?
12.
12? Well, you got to make 13 and then stop, right?
You think. There's probably around the corner at 13.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Go ahead, Joaquin.
Oh, shoot.
All right. Koob, are you ready?
I am.
As a young boy at Camp Crystal Lake in 1957, Jason Voorhees was involved in a traumatic incident that resulted in everyone believing him to be dead for the following 2.5 decades. What was the alleged cause of death?
Well,
here are your options.
Okay. There we go. Okay.
You've got boat incident, drowned in a lake, shot by a camp counselor, attacked by a wild animal.
I'm pretty sure because it is Crystal Lake and it's haunted now after this incident. He unfortunately passed away while trying to take a dip in the lake. Final answer.
Final answer?
Yeah, drowned in the lake.
Hold on, my system's not working now.
Oh, my system.
Oh, I know why.
They're barely working my system. Hey! Let's go. See, I know some things, boys.
Have you watched a movie of Friday the 13th?
I think I've watched the first one, but like I said, there was a game that came out. I played it all the time, and it told you the lore and stuff like that. Like you're at Crystal Lake, you could play as Jason too. There's a good combo there. Yeah, it's pretty intense. Pretty intense. So there we go. My video game.
Well, when he comes out, he's all got seaweedy stuff on his bald head.
Right.
And stuff too, right?
Yeah. Your knowledge of Friday the 13th is quite impressive.
Mm-hmm.
He's a serial killer, this guy.
Well, he's never watched the movie. I'm so impressed right now.
There we go.
All right, so what do you got so far? Oh, I did that wrong.
2 for 1 or 2 for 3?
You're 2 for 3, buddy.
Yeah.
But I have faith in you. You're really good at this.
Did you say bruddy? Is that a bro and a buddy all at once?
Did I say bruddy? It's just mush mouth.
You're my bromie.
All right, here is your movie clip.
Okay.
You're hit. You're bleeding, man. I ain't got time to bleed. Oh. Okay.
You want to hear it again?
Yeah. Is this a 2000s movie?
Nope. God, no.
Oh.
You're hit. You're bleeding, man. I ain't got time to bleed.
You know what? Of course.
Okay.
I did. As soon as I heard the one line, I knew who it was because it's famous.
Is Tom Hanks in this movie?
No.
Okay. Well, there goes my 2 guesses. I was either going to say Tropic Thunder or Saving Private Ryan. I don't always want to go to Reed for this, so I think I'm going to trust the nasty chat on this. The nasties are always big into movies. They know what's up, so... Ooh, okay. I just got to wait until the answers to roll through.
Yeah.
Maybe
I don't think the nasty chat knows either, or no one's listening, but...
What decade did this come out in?
80s.
The 80s. Okay.
Was it?
A hyper popular
Let me double check.
movie? Like this is a big like...
Well, it was popular.
Well... Oh.
1987.
Was it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait. You guys were talking about Predator, right?
Who?
The movie Predator.
Were we?
Did
this week? I don't think it's from that.
Was that last week? Oh, the weeks are...
What's your wild card? Reed or the nasty chat?
I got to go with the nasty chat.
Okay, go to the nasty.
Predator. It's going to be Predator. Final answer. No.
No, that's
right. You got it right.
Okay. Hernan, you can't do that. that to me. You know what you're doing with my heart right now? You're playing with it.
That's Jesse the Body Ventura.
Yeah.
Ventura. I ain't got no time to bleed.
Ain't got time to bleed.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
This stuff will turn you into a sexual tyrannosaurus. When he's chewing tobacco in the helicopter, that's the best line. This stuff will turn you into a sexual. Or I think there's a GD in there. God damn. Sexual tyrannosaurus.
Good one, boys. See, you're trying to throw me off the case there.
Yeah.
Did we talk about that this week?
All right. Here's your video clip.
Oh,
a video game clip.
Oh, I was like, oh. Wow, that's a very funky one. Like this is. Oh, that's a good track, eh? Is this more like a puzzle game? Would you say? Like, what sort of game are we talking about? What sort of genre of video game is this?
I mean, we can't give you clues.
It's not a sports game?
You got to earn the clues.
Is it a sports game? I got to earn those clues? Tell me I'm 3 for 4 and I got to earn these clues. Oh, boy. That's a tough one. Sorry, could I get that just one more time? 3 times the charm. I'm so disappointed because
Don't
I feel
overthink
like I know what it is.
Don't overthink it. That's your clue.
Well, I can't even think of the game that it's called. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wait a minute. I'm just going to go, you know what? I'm going to go Banjo-Kazooie. I know it's not the right one. It's not even, wait. No, it's a darker game. This is Legend of Zelda. It's got to be a Legend of Zelda game. I'm going to say Majora's Mask.
Gager, you want to tell him?
Tecmo.
Oh, that's Tecmo? Seriously? So I listen to this all the time.
Yeah.
When I'm losing.
Yeah.
Seriously. Wow. I guess I'm too locked into the game to even remember the
you
track.
can't even hear it.
So that's when we're setting everything up, picking the teams. That's the music.
Oh,
playing.
that's not the actual. Okay, because I know they have a couple tracks. I don't know why I thought that was like.
But in fairness, like people are like, if you played a game of the Outrun I play, I probably wouldn't recognize the song either.
No.
Yeah, that's a pretty spooky track though.
Because you don't
gives you anxiety.
You don't focus. Gager, go ahead.
Koob.
Yes.
Guess this song.
Little Red Corvette.
Take your time, buddy.
Oh wait, no, I'm living in a material girl. I don't know the artist, but Material Girl.
You don't know the artist?
I don't know.
So what are we doing here? Half point?
Yeah. You got to get both for full.
Okay, so you got
Tina Turner.
You got 0.5 right now. You want to take a gander at the artist?
Yeah. I was talking about Whitney Houston last week. That was the wrong one because you used Tina Turner last week. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say it. Yeah, it's Material Girl. For some reason, I'm going to go Whitney Houston, even though it isn't.
Material Girl is?
Yes.
Whitney Houston is?
Who is the artist?
Come on.
We talked about her yesterday.
Yeah.
Madonna.
Oh.
In a material world, and I am a material girl.
Second, I said Little Red Corvette. I was like, no way. Good thing I didn't say final answer there.
Isn't
boys.
Little Red Corvette
Prince?
Yes.
He's a material girl. Come on.
Well, no, it sort of sounded like it a little bit. You know, it was more upbeat and stuff like that. Same time frame, but yeah.
Hey, and your last one is the name, and I've sent it to you.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I got to get this up here. Oh, wow, boys. This is I got to type this one out here. Hold on. I got to make sure I get all the characters right for.
So if you notice, we talked about Madonna. I put a song of Madonna in. We play Tecmo all the time. We talked about Predator earlier this week.
Yeah.
And it's Friday the 13th. Going to get spooky tonight.
It is Friday the 13th.
Yeah, it is.
Holy smokes. Well done, Hernan.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
What a show. Dusty might keep us on.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. We're just waiting for Koob here. He's got to pronounce this name. It's an easy one.
Elim. There, see the imim. So it goes, the last name, first name is Solomon, but the last name is Elimian. Elimian. Solomon Elimian.
Say it again.
Solomon Elimian.
Solomon Aluminium.
Aluminium?
Yeah. Aluminium. Solomon Aluminium.
Aluminium sounds like it should be on the periodic table.
Koob. You just passed with 50%.
Wow.
That didn't feel like a 50% one though, but I'll take it.
Yeah, you got wrong how many movies? You were close. You were one off. You got the
Drowned.
Oh no, wait. No. Sorry.
Don't
mess me up here.
You got 3 wrong. So
60-some percent out of 8?
Because you got half.
3.5.
Yeah.
Right.
3.5 out of 7. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So you passed, bro.
That half.
You passed again. I'm very impressed with your Friday the 13th knowledge.
Yeah, I don't know. That kind of scares me.
It's kind of creepy, but
if you come in here and you're wearing my hockey mask, I'm going to be a little bit.
Oh, those movies are terrible. But we loved them when we were growing up. And just the goalie mask was awesome.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many times you dress up as Jason for Halloween?
The best is Clark Griswold's Christmas Vacation. He comes out with the chainsaw with the mask on.
Oh, we're feeling great today on this show. It's fun. It's Friday. Weather stinks, but it's still Friday.
It's supposed to rain for a while here, huh?
Fun CFL game, yeah. Tonight.
Ooh. Did you watch a lot of
Nathan Rourke hurt?
Yeah.
Sounds like an oblique.
What's that?
Brady Oliveira hurt too. Looks like he can miss multiple weeks.
No.
Yeah. And the BC Lions lost to Chris Trevler. Got their butts kicked. And tonight it's Montreal, Ottawa. Tomorrow doubleheader. Ticats, Riders.
Dusty's doing a game tonight?
Stamps, Argos. No, he's in Hamilton.
Okay.
It's quite the travel day for a guy. He's really rocking that beard, man.
He is.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's chicken tendies in Hamilton.
I hope so.
He used to play in Hamilton. You got to go to Hess Village, Dusty.
Does anyone know if there's a good chicken tendy spot for our guy Dusty?
There was a Donair place that we used to hit. I'm 83% certain that was raccoon, but meat. But it was gross. I went there once.
No bueno.
Yeah.
But the running back that came in for the Bombers, he's a former U of A guy, Peterson.
Really?
He was really good, man.
Huh. That's great.
Yeah. Hey, portion of this hour brought to you by the Canadian Brew House. Make your birthday legendary at the CBH. Epic food, killer drinks, and a vibe you can't beat. Book your party now. Canadian Brew House. Our house is your house. All right. Hour 2. Continue to talk Oilers. Go around. We got some F1 news. An interesting top 3 in FP1 for sure. And there's so much going on. So we'll get to all of it. And of course, former Oilers alumni, Chris Joseph joins us at 2:20 to continue to talk about this great series we're seeing in the Stanley Cup Final. I also want to touch on seeing, I haven't heard Knob from today. So it sounds like some people are saying he said Stetcher was hurt. And then others saying, well, it was the coach's decision not to play him anymore. So maybe we'll track that down and get all over that as well, because we don't want to give you false info why he only played 4 minutes. I saw him after the game skate on the ice. He looked fine.
Oh.
Because if you're hurt, you leave the bench.
Yeah.
Right? So interesting for sure, but we'll get to the bottom of it as well. Keep slamming that thumbs up for us. Let's get to 150. 150. Let's go. We're back here on EST Afternoons after the break.
Get your fix every single game with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas. Whether it's breaking down the starting lineup, predicting key matchups, or diving deep into the game's biggest moments, Tom and Hernan are here to give you the best insight and analysis in the city. After the final horn, get the breakdown of every key moment, performance, and player reactions. It's your one-stop shop for all things game day. Catch the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Hernan Salas, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Get ready for pure adrenaline at Buck's Auto Parts Annihilation Night. Friday, June 13th at Brad Torque Raceway. Witness an action-packed evening filled with crashing, smashing, and jaw-dropping stunts. From heart-pounding collisions to cars dropped from towering cranes and a jet car burn. Celebrate an early Father's Day of outrageous entertainment at Buck's Auto Parts Annihilation Night. Friday, June 13th at Brad Torque Raceway. Just west of Highway 2 and Highway 19 at the Edmonton International Airport. Tickets and info online at radraceway.com.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
Celebrate your birthday at the Banquet Bar. Enjoy great drinks, amazing vibes, and unforgettable memories. Download the Banquet app and get a free pizza pie on your birthday. Book your party today at thebanquetbar.com.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
Medicine Hats, Gavin McKenna has been named the CHL Player of the Year. The 17-year-old posting 49 goals and 138 points during his record-setting 54-game point streak in the CHL playoffs and regular season combined. CFL action has Montreal on the road in Ottawa. That one starts at 5:30. Red Blacks losing in Week 1 with the Elves picking up a win last week. And the NBA Finals continues. Pacers challenging the Thunder in Game 4. OKC trailing 2-1 in the series. Tip-off at 6:30. And staying out east, in the majors, Toronto and Philadelphia start their two-game series. Kevin Gausman gets the ball for the Jays. First pitch at 4:45. Right now, one game's underway, having the Pirates and Cubs runless in the bottom of the sixth. And the Riverhawks also play, meeting the North Paws in Kelowna. Listen to the action on any of EST's audio stream coverage starting at 7:30. Round 2 play at the U.S. Open. It's JJ Spawn and Tristan Lawrence holding first at 4 under. Spawn through 9 holes on the day. Lawrence playing 2, starting on the back 9. And Canadian Nick Taylor sits 8 shots back at 4 over at the end of his day. I'm Zachary Koob Kubusch. That was your sports update. The second hour of EST Afternoon starts right now.
What's up, y'all? No, what's second hour?
What?
You're on Friday EST Afternoons, live from the William Huff Studios. What was wrong with that? You don't like saying y'all?
No, it caught me completely off guard that you would say. Look at that banana split.
Amazing. Dusty's never had one.
Yeah, they were just talking. This is obviously at the golf course, the U.S. Open.
It's probably like $40.
Easily.
See
how much? Just $40 worth of whipped cream on that.
Yeah. Joaquin, I don't know what to tell you anymore. Hey, welcome back. It's hour 2. Closing out EST Afternoons for the week here in the final hour. Reed Wilkins, Jay Milne coming from 3 to 6. They got a loaded show for you as well. So keep it locked here. Then tomorrow we're back. Hello, Hockey. Saturday morning, 10 to noon with Tom and Sean Bell. Then we're back for the GCL Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows. And then Sunday, Coop, golf show, 8 to 10.
That is correct. Yeah, Curtis Stock and Murray McCourt going live on the airwaves this Sunday, right at 8 sharp.
Nice. All right. So here it is. I'm trying to look for this desk. He also said it was a coach's decision for him not to play on the first question. That's regarding Troy Stecher. Because and then starting over at 61 says that this morning's presser, Nobby was asked if Stecher would be available for Game 5. He said he hasn't heard back from the doctors yet. Stecher got hurt along the way someplace. It's interesting to me because he got hurt. I mean, he didn't play right after he kind of was a part of a goalie games, right?
We got to stick to the face.
Well, that too. But like, for me, it's interesting. So it might be an injury. I mean, they're being kind of coy. He said, I haven't talked to the doctors yet, but then he said it's also a coach's decision. But I do find it weird he only played 4 minutes. So.
Yeah, that he might have got hurt on that play. Who knows? That was the worry of having Stecher in the lineup, though, right? The physicality a little bit.
Yeah, and he's not the best passer. He might struggle a little bit under pressure.
And I don't know if you heard Noodles this morning on the morning show break down that play. Kind of, it's funny because we should talk to Chris Joseph about it a little bit too. Just being a D-man, he was mentioning how Darnell Nurse just looked like he was out for a Sunday skate, and his intensity level wasn't ramped up. And I don't know there was a fire lit, and I wonder what happened with Darnell Nurse, because he was getting, you had when he took the penalty and you had Marchand give him the good job or whatever, give him a little jab at center. And he was calm and cool and collected, right? But maybe that was kind of getting him angry. And didn't go full Bruce Banner to Hulk, but he was able to kind of turn his game around for sure in that second period.
Because he was bad in the first.
He's terrible.
We had a lot of media calling for him to get benched.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He was bad, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah, he was terrible.
And then he was able to find his game a bit. Maybe that's why they said, let's just go with 5, get these guys more out there.
Maybe that's why, yeah.
Yeah, because Stecher was -1, 418 time on ice. And I know he took a stick to the face.
The Oilers have to do a better job of, their necks are too strong. They're like F1 drivers.
They got to sell it.
They got to, yeah.
You got to get greasy.
I don't like the embellishment, the visor's there for a reason. It hits there. It's jarring a bit, but you're not going, oh, I got hit. You don't feel it.
Exactly. Let's get to inside the numbers for Play Alberta. Hey, deposit $20 more to get a $50 casino bonus using promo code at EST Casino. You can do the same for a $50 free sports bet using promo code EST Sports. Let's look at some of the stats from yesterday. Joaquin PK continues to struggle. 50% last night. Power play scored 1, but it was a big one because Nuge got it. I'm a little surprised by Connor Brown. 22-17 time on ice.
You're surprised?
I didn't notice him that. I noticed him, but he played that. Well, I guess overtime too, so that's why they're a little expanded.
Yeah.
That's a lot, man.
Yeah, he seemed like he was I don't know if it's the injury, he was out for a bit there. He just seemed like he had a little bit more pop, a little bit more jump. And I think he's the closest you can get to replacing Zach Hyman kind of in the lineup.
Yeah.
Do you think? Who else?
In terms of the physicality, yes, not the scoring.
No, definitely not the scoring, but the finishing checks, a little bit more speed. There's some fight in Connor Brown too. I think that's what they're kind of looking for, just a reasonable facsimile of Zach Hyman. You're not going to completely clone him, but
Trent Frederick, one of his better games, should have scored in overtime. 7 hits to lead the way. Good for him. That's what you need from him.
He needs 10 hits a game, man.
Yeah,
because it puts him in that mode, right?
Yeah, that line was good. I liked it with Enrique and Skinner.
I mean, look, it's these. Again, I'm not going to predict who's going to win the next game because I don't think you can. But the one thing that gave me a little bit of pause was the Florida Panthers had 4 really good periods of hockey, and you just can't keep that level up.
No.
So Is this them on the downturn a little bit? Are they? Because that's a lot to recover from, and they're an experienced bunch, right? It's not the first time they've let something slip away, but you could just see it. Tkachuk scores that second goal. You can see it in his face. He's like, "This is it." They had. Oh yeah. They scored that third one. They all thought this is we're repeats.
Yeah, it's man, they gotta be feeling they let one slip. All right, what was the next one I was gonna get to? Lowest time on ice for the Oilers forwards. Do you know who it was?
Skinner?
Nope. I'll give you one more chance. Only one more chance. He set up the Wallman goal. Nice
Janmark? No. Who set up the
Kasperi.
Oh, Kasperi Kapanen.
He was the only forward under 10 minutes. He was at 8:36.
Really?
But he set up the fourth goal. It was a great play.
It's funny how the contributions from kind of that bottom, I guess you expect them, you don't expect them to play 20 minutes, but in the minutes that they're playing, they're being productive.
Yeah. It's good. That's what you need.
Does Connor need to have a game though?
Oh yeah. It's coming.
Well, I don't know if it's coming or not, but
why wouldn't you? They get better and better as the series wears on.
Oh, how many games against the Florida Panthers is it now? Connor hasn't scored. Going back to last year.
I think it's 6 now.
Yeah.
But he's playing well.
He's getting chances.
Like yesterday in overtime when he broke in and Bob just stuck out the right pad.
Yeah, how does he not elevate? I mean, it's one of the hardest things to do, but just he's so talented, you'd think that that would go, bar down, right?
Yeah. Block shots. You know who led the way?
I'm going to go with Ekholm.
Jake Wallman.
Wallman.
7.
He's a wall, man.
He's a wall. He's awesome. What a pickup. Well done, Oilers management.
How old is he, too?
29.
29. Okay, so he's a little... you know what? How many NHL games has he played? Is he around 3, 6? How many NHL games? Because they say like 300 before, or is it 400 before they really start coming into their own as an NHL defenseman?
Yeah, he's a good player, man.
He's a really good player. Just the amount of experience he's gaining too right now. You can't put a price tag on that, and he's got another year. Correct?
From the basement team to a Stanley Cup contender. It's amazing.
Who was he? Was he playing with Cece in San Jose?
I don't know if he was. I think there were. That's a good question. I don't know.
Because I thought they were saying how he was I forget the actual verbiage of it all, but it was like he was a calming influence in San Jose. But hey, man, he's playing well. The first thing you noticed when Jake Wallman got here was his mobility, I think, right? Mm-hmm. And then he started laying the boots to a few guys.
The boots.
And just open ice hits. There's not a lot of guys that do that, right? Some of his hits, they kind of, not completely, don't quote me on this, but they kind of reminded me of Nicholas Cromwell.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
not as big, but because Cromwell would put guys into next week.
Oh, yeah, but he would cheat like crazy.
Ekholm did lead in a category giveaways.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
3. There's been a lot of positives here. Your leader, time on ice, was Evan Bouchard, 30-38. He's getting paid.
Oh, is he ever?
Whether you like it or not, he's getting paid.
Yeah.
He's been really good.
He's been really good, man. And it's the Butcher. It's funny when the playoffs roll around because he gets mean. He gets nasty.
Yeah, he's
like where is? I don't care really. I don't want to even mention regular season. It's Bouchard during the regular season. It's the Butcher during the playoffs because this guy's
he's just mean.
He's mean. And I love the fact that he is so confident. Like his confidence is through the roof anyway. It doesn't matter. But the fact that he's just blasting, right? I wish you had, if only, you know what the Oilers are really missing? A young like Pavelski or Ryan Smith. Some guy that doesn't care if he gets hit by that sledgehammer and just tips everything.
Everything. Gager, Bronco Nick says...
I don't want to hear it. He's ahead of me in the pool, I think.
He said Knoblauch said it was a coach's choice to sit him. There you have it. I haven't heard him yet, so I can't say. Sorry? Yeah. Okay, Koob's going to get him. We're going to put it to rest here.
Okay.
Okay? Not that we don't trust you, Nasty. We do. But let's go. Hernan. Bush has been good, but you can't have him on the ice in the last minute when defending a lead. No, that's not what he's... I mean...
He was out? Oh, yeah. I guess I actually... That went through my head when I saw him come out. But it wasn't him.
Hey, listen,
It was a bad read of two guys going to one on the wall at the end on that goal, too.
Listen, I don't agree with the money being talked about, okay? But it's going to happen. There's nothing we can do about it.
Well, over under 11.5 right now for Bouchard.
Ooh.
Oh.
I'd still have to say under.
Yeah. He's getting a hometown disco to 10-5.
Couldn't he push for more? Couldn't he? You know, he could. With this playoff performance, I mean, before the playoffs, he would have been 9.5 maybe, but now he might get an extra mill and a half, I think, because he shows up in the playoffs. Like, he's a big game player, the Butcher.
Because you have Nurse, he's not going anywhere. You have Wallman for another year, and you have Bush who's going to resign. That's 3 defensemen. Ekholm, but he's getting older. Body's wearing down. Do you need a true number one if you have that kind of group? Yeah. You do? Because if Bouchard can't be out there in the final minute, then he's not your true number one.
No.
He's a number one when it comes to being offensive. But he's a defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's not like some of those guys that are just so offensive, they can't touch the ice last 5 minutes unless you're down a goal, right? But he's still serviceable.
Oh, 100%.
Like
and it's the market. I mean, a lot of these guys similar to Bouchard are going to get paid. It's just the way the world works in the NHL. 95 thumbs up. We're 55 away from 50. 150, sorry. Can't even speak right now. Yeah, it's a good convo. That was inside the numbers for Alberta. Just looking back at the stats from last night, a lot of positivity. There was some bad play for sure. Up and down. It's a roller coaster. It truly is. That game was the definition of a roller coaster. So how you feeling out there? Let us know. Nasty Chat, slam that thumbs up for us. And like always, the afternoon inbox is presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino, home of the Tap 25 restaurant, where the entire menu is 50% off, available 7 days a week from 2 to 5 p.m. On the other side of the break, we'll be joined by former Edmonton Oiler Chris Joseph as we continue to talk about this great Stanley Cup Final series between the Oilers and Panthers. Slam that thumbs up for us. Here's Koob with your sports update.
Gavin McKenna of the Tigers has been named the CHL Player of the Year, setting the CHL record with a 54-game point streak, regular season and playoffs combined. On the court, the Thunder look to tie their NBA Final Series against the Pacers at 2. Game 4 tip-off at 6:30. While in the CFL, the Alouettes and Red Blacks clash. Kickoff goes at 5:30. Other news has TSN's Farhan Lalji reporting that Winnipeg's Brady Oliveira could miss multiple games with a shoulder injury. The severity of the injury yet to be confirmed. While in Niagara, the Stingers and River Lions go head-to-head. Action begins at 5. EST's audio streams will join the game midway through the action at 6 o'clock. Baseball sees the Jays and Phillies with their series opener. First pitch at 4:45. Kevin Gausman takes them out for the Jays. The only other game live right now, Cubs and Pirates locked at zeros through 7 innings played. And on the road, the Riverhawks take on the North Paws. That one's gets going at 6:30. EST joining midway through the action on all of our audio streams at 7:30. On the links, it's Tristan Lawrence in first place at 6 under through 4 holes played. Starting on the back 9, Sam Burns and JJ Spawn tied for second at 3 under. Sam Burns through 18 holes in round 2. Spawn playing 10. This sports update is brought to you by the Capital Care Foundation. Financial support deeply affects residents at Capital Care, whether it's a one-time donation or monthly contribution. Every penny counts. Find out how you can donate at capitalcarefoundation.net. Former Oiler Kris Joseph joins us on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Koob Kubusch, keeping you in the loop.
River Cree Resort and Casino proudly presents Ian Munsick. July 5th, live in the venue. Country fans, you don't want to miss an evening with Ian Munsick, a stampeding, spirited celebration of romance, ranch life, family, and forever young fun. Tickets on sale now at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
Keep your team jersey and rally towel close by and help bring the championship home. For all your other treasures, store them with Sentinel Storage. Store Canadian. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca. Proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
Timeout, Edmonton. The new Play Alberta app has arrived, and it's here to make your gambling experiences more fun, exciting, and secure. Enjoy the convenience of hundreds of casino games, betting live on your favorite sports teams, and access to lotteries all in one place, anywhere in Alberta. Enter code YEG50 to receive a $50 free bet when you make a $5 minimum deposit. That's a $50 free bet for new and existing users using code YEG50. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Hey Edmonton, ready to take advantage of lower rates and better pricing? South Fort Chevrolet in Fort Saskatchewan has you covered. From rugged trucks to sleek SUVs. And with over 40 years in business, you can trust that you're getting the best deal on your new ride. As the proud title sponsor of the Nielsen Show, EST listeners can drive a little to save a lot with South Fort Chevrolet's transparent pricing and down-to-earth sales team. Visit us today in Fort Saskatchewan or online at southfortchev.com.
Strike up some fun at the Banquet Bar. Bowling, drinks, and a great time with friends where the good times roll. Whether you're here to bowl or just hang out, the Banquet Bar is your go-to spot. Get real, play hard at the Banquet.
Got some gently used furniture or home goods that need a new home? Find Edmonton is here to help. Every month we furnish over 100 homes to those transitioning out of homelessness, and we need your gently used furniture and home goods. Drop off at 5120 122nd Street or call for free local pickup. Just visit findedmonton.com to learn how your donations can help create a home for someone in need. Plus shop our thrift store, in-store or online, with proceeds benefit those moving out of homelessness through housing supports. Visit us at findedmonton.com. Find Edmonton, supporting our community one home at a time.
2:23. Welcome back to EST Afternoons here from the William Huff Studios. It is Hernan Salas, Joaquin Gage, Zach Kubusch with you here as everybody's in a good mood after that game last night. It was just another beauty, a roller coaster of emotions for sure. And we look forward to tomorrow's Game 5 here in Edmonton. That house is going to be rocking. And to continue to talk about this series and more, former Edmonton Oilers alum Kris Joseph joins us on the program. Kris, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
A lot better now that we're talking to you, buddy. That's for sure.
Well, that's good. We were all a little stressed out last night.
Oh my gosh, man! I don't know what, like, I've given some predictions of this series, how it's going to go, and I've completely given up. Like, after that first period yesterday, I was just like, how are they going to come back? And these guys have the resolve to do it. Have you ever been part of a team that just is like this, that just won't go away?
No, I don't think I've personally ever been on a team like that. It's amazing when I watch it too, because we think they're dead in the water half the time, and then they do it. And they've been doing it all year. And they'll do it one night with goaltending. They'll do it another night with defensive forwards. They'll do it another night with the second and third line scoring and fourth line scoring. And they do it so many different ways, which are all good signs. But the belief that they have, and even the coaching staff too. Like, that was a gutsy move putting Pickard in last night too. And so the coaching staff, this seems to be the belief from the top down. And so, number one, I think Connor and Leon have done a great job instilling that. Corey Perry's helped a lot. But I think they're all on the same page with the coaching staff too. Like, you see guys come in the lineup, go out of the lineup, and they seem to get the most out of them when they do it. So, Kris Knoblauch tells somebody, let's say John Klingberg, you're out of the lineup last game. I get the feeling that Klingberg's just waiting and chomping at the bit, and he's going to come back and it's going to be even better. I just get that feeling with this coaching staff that they do that consistently. They've done it with Pickard and Skinner for sure.
Kris, as you played the position, former defenseman, Jake Walman. He's really come on the scene here. He's been fantastic in these playoffs. He's mucking it up. He's scoring goals. He's making great passes. What have you made of Jake Walman since the Oilers acquired him?
Well, I knew he was an offensive guy. I didn't know he would be as physical or as good defensively as he's been. He's been a great compliment. I mean, Bush has played as good as he did last year in playoffs. I think Nurse has had moments when he's been really good. Ekholm, I think, has struggled a little bit to get back to his stride, but Walman's been a steadying presence. Obviously, huge goal last night, but he seems to make that good first pass. He doesn't get beat very often. He's smooth. He's a great skater, and he's been playing with a little bit of a physical edge to him too. The game that was a runaway in Florida, Game 3, he stood up to the guys. He seemed to be doing it again in Game 4, and he's just been, he's really been everything we've sort of needed out of a defenseman at the trade deadline. But he's been playing really well, and he's got lots of different aspects to his game, which has been a real plus.
Kris Joseph joins us on EST Afternoons. Kris, we talk about sometimes with Darnell Nurse, we've seen him with different partners. And can you speak to, is there just some guys that you played with that for some reason it doesn't work out? There's just not that cohesiveness, and there's just some players that you're just a better fit with. And it's weird to say that they've been trying to find that perfect pair, and there's been times when Darnell Nurse has looked good with people, but can you speak to that relationship between D partners?
Yeah, I've done it myself. I mean, I had many defense partners over my career, and some you seem to have chemistry. Yeah, they carried me. Some they seem to have better chemistry than others. I don't know what it is. Like, I thought him and Stetcher actually had good chemistry. I think Stetcher, kind of messed up on that one goal last night and didn't see the ice after that. But I think they've done well together. Maybe they think the game's similar. They move at similar speeds. They complement each other's games. For example, when I played, I always needed a big, steady, stay-at-home guy to be a partner for me so that I could sort of go, and that kind of helped my game. So I think with Darnell, I mean, I don't know, he does a little bit of everything, but you need somebody that kind of complements that. And I think him and Stetcher had that. I don't know if Stetcher will stay in for next game. I think he was a bit of a victim of circumstance on that one goal. I mean, he kind of, he was part of the reason that they scored, but I think they've had good chemistry throughout. And then, Kulak has been, I think he's clearly better on his left side than the right side, but he's had moments when he's been really good with Bush as well. So I don't know exactly, you can't put a finger on it exactly what it is, but sometimes you just have chemistry with one partner more than the other. And, if you find it, if the coaches find it, you got to run with it.
Kris, listen, I think most of us can't really put that 3-0 kind of deficit in the first period on Stuart Skinner. He was brilliant for the first 10 minutes, and then they got into some penalty troubles, and it was 3-0. What do you make of this whole goaltending situation? Because for only the second time in NHL history, 2 goalies on one team have 7 wins in the Stanley Cup playoffs. But for you, what did you think of Stuart Skinner last night, and is it a no-brainer for you that Pickard gets Game 5?
Okay, so I'll answer that backwards. Yeah, it's a no-brainer that Picker's in. You just got to go with the hot goalie. Now, having said that, it wasn't Skinner's fault. He was the best player on the ice in the first period. To be honest, he was the only guy really battling. And then for him to get pulled, no reflection on him. And I hope the coaching staff said so. But we needed a wake-up call in the room, and sometimes that's all it is. And then maybe you just go with a guy that is undefeated right now and take your chances. I mean, it's incredible the way it's going. I really do think that if NHL teams can do this model, and I wouldn't model this after Stuart Skinner and Calvin Pickard, but if you can get a 1A, 1B, I think that's the wave of the future. I think, the one superstar with the unproven backup in today's game, I think you're taking a real gamble. If that one star gets hurt, I think you need to be able to switch goalies out. It's such a long process to win a Stanley Cup. It seems to be working for the Oilers, I don't think any of us predicted this, but it sure is working out well right now.
Kris, looking at the Panthers, they have to come back from heartbreak. I always thought that the way that the Oilers lost Game 3, it's easier to come back from that than the way that the Panthers how Game 4 ended. How can you see Edmonton kind of take advantage? Is it just as simple as using the crowd, trying to score first, and trying to put these guys kind of away early?
If I'm looking at these two teams, and you know how you said, Gager, that you didn't predict this beginning of the playoffs or whatever. I did. I didn't predict Florida Edmonton final, but I said when they get into the final, they're going 7. And I really even now think that they're going 7, and they might even go overtime Game 7. Like we might be looking at, I'm not even kidding. Like you think about it, Edmonton's won 2 overtime games. They've lost an overtime game, and one was a blowout, which, to me, that's the anomaly. But there's no reason to think that we're not going overtime in the next 3 games. That's how close these teams are. And to me, it's going to come down to which team has played their system the best, which team is the most disciplined in the penalty box. And it might come down to a lucky break. To be honest, it might be a puck over glass, or it might be a slow line change, or it's going to be something like that. So then, try to look forward. You get to the end of the championship, somebody wins, and then you go back and you look at the what ifs from before. And so now we're looking forward at the what ifs. You got to make sure that all those little things add up. And, I think either team's capable of winning. They're both really good. It's going to be who can implement their system and their style the best, I think.
Kris, just one last one for you. We always do this day in sports history, and we look back at a lot of the Oilers. So I don't know if you know this, but 38 years ago today.
Do you know what happened 38 years ago today?
No, but you're going to tell me.
You were drafted 5th overall by the Pittsburgh Penguins behind Pierre Turgeon, Brendan Shanahan, Glenn Wesley, and Wayne McBean.
Wow. That was 38 years ago today.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's funny. Well, you know what? And that was, most players would tell you draft day is a big day. That was a real highlight of my career, even though you hadn't even started playing pro at that point. But it was Joe Louis Arena. My mom came, my brother came. It was a fun day. And that's when you're like, okay, time to get to work and, hopefully make a career out of it. But getting drafted was a pretty special moment.
Well, you did all right, buddy. You did all right. For a 5th round pick, you were okay.
Yeah.
A 5th pick overall. Oh, sorry. For your first round.
Exactly.
Sorry. I got that mixed up. I went in the 5th round, so that's what it was.
we did all right. I wanted 1,500 games, but I'm happy I got 500. You always want more.
Yeah.
But here we are now, and no regrets. You do the best you can, and when it's all over, you say, hey, I gave it my shot, and you move on.
Great stuff, Kris. Thank you for taking the time to join us. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy Game 5 tomorrow.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Kris. I owe you a beer, buddy.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, that's former Edmonton Oilers alum Kris Joseph, who was drafted on this day, 5th overall by the Pittsburgh Penguins, which is kind of cool. Because you told me yesterday we got him booked up, and then today I'm like, holy crap! Like this lines up perfect. This lines up.
I know he's going to his wife Andrea right now. Do you know I got drafted today?
We're having a beer.
That's great.
Yeah. And he's right. Like this is probably 3 more overtime games.
How do you not say,
Yeah.
like in most cases you go, no way it's going to go to overtime the next 3 games. But how could you bet against it? We might have to talk to our people at CoolBet.
Yeah.
CoolBet. Sorry, Play Alberta.
Play Alberta. Coop, can we run Knob here real quick? Yeah, we'll continue to talk. We just want to hear about what he said about Stetcher, just to get clarification, because it sounds like, to me, it sounds like he was just benched. But then people are saying he said something about a doctor, so I'm confused.
Yeah.
I'm really confused. Story of my life, my friend. Story of
Well,
my life.
did he? How much did he play after that?
Nothing.
Goal? Nothing.
And Kris alluded to, that
Yeah.
goal got scored on. He got
You see
exposed a little bit, and then he didn't see the ice again.
So I wonder if he got hurt on that hit. It was
Or maybe it was, at that point, it was 3-0 or 2-0. Can't remember which goal it was. And maybe Knob and Paul Coffey just said, hey.
How's the third goal? Wasn't it?
It was third. Maybe, hey, we're going down to 5.
Yeah.
And that's it. So maybe that's the situation there. Here's Kris Knoblauch. We're going to play a little bit here just to close out this segment.
Troy's doing well.
Yeah. So he looked like he might have gotten a little dinged up on that high stick at the end of the first period?
Yeah, a little bit, but I think he'll be fine.
Okay.
Was that a coach's decision for him to sit the rest of the way, or was that injury related?
It was a coach's decision.
With your goaltending, you kind of got a nice little setup here with Pickard and Skinner. Are you set to name a starter for Game 5? Or?
No, I'm not going to name one yet.
Okay, but how nice is this situation that obviously Skinner, it wasn't really his fault in the first period. Great first period by him, and then Pickard, the work that he's been able to do for you guys throughout.
Yeah, both goalies have been really good and key to for us to getting here. Stu, since Pick's injury, came in, played some really good games. The Vegas series, Dallas series, obviously. And, anytime that we haven't been strong in front of them, it's unfortunate. Like last night in the first period, we weren't at our best and, puts the goalie in a vulnerable position. And, as a coach, we make that switch and Picks comes in and makes some huge saves. So, it's nice that we've got a nice tandem that they're going back and forth, and each one of them have been really solid for us.
Kris, how difficult was that decision during the intermission? Because we know how proud Stuart Skinner is, and he was.
All right, there you have it. No decision on a goaltender. Said I think what Ole, the goalie, said, and Kris Joseph, like, you're not pinning that first period on Stuart
Both
Skinner.
guys said that. We've said that.
Yeah.
It's been even on the broadcast, the panelists said the exact same thing. I think even Kelly Rudy said this game would have been 5-6-0 without some of the saves that Stu Skinner made. And I saw end of the game, there was the Stu and Calvin embrace there at the end. Stu said something to him there.
Yeah.
And I'm completely speculating, but I think this is like, this is okay. Let's do this together.
Yeah,
right?
They're both going to be a big part of it.
When is the last time, except maybe for Pittsburgh, when those guys won 7, like that they really, both goalies were required. And Kris brings up a good point, man. Like, you look at some of around the league, like if Bob, I don't want anyone to get injured, but Bob gets injured, can't go. They got to go to I don't even know. Vanasek. Like that's detrimental to the floor. Yeah. Like,
he said it's turning into more of a 1A, 1B.
You have to, like look in Winnipeg. They don't even have the option, and I know they have a great option with the Hart Trophy winner, but they don't have an option to go to the other guy if Hellebuck is not feeling it.
Yeah, it's a big drop off.
Yeah.
And it's everybody that we've had on the show today. I think Knoblauch's going to be Pickard in Game 5. There's no way you're not going with Cal.
And Ole said that really interesting too. He believes that the high end of Stuart Skinner is amongst the elite, which it is, right? But whereas Pickard is, he's that reliable.
Yeah,
he's like a Toyota.
Yeah, that's a great analogy. Yeah, and on Stetcher, it sounds like he did get banged up, but he's fine. He said that, and then he said it was a coaching decision. So that's 100% from the coach. Troy Stetcher played 4 minutes due to a coaching decision, not injury.
Yeah.
And before we get to break, Andy Strickland, who covers the St. Louis Blues, he put this out there an hour ago. Can confirm Mitch Marner will not be returning to Toronto. I don't know how Andy knows this. He doesn't cover the Leafs. He must have some intel. Now, Andy's broken some weird stuff before.
Yeah.
So, again,
St. Louis.
Take it with a grain of salt. We've had Andy on the show. He's great. It's crazy. He's the only one that has it. So, and I mean, it's no one's shocked.
Yeah.
Like, you knew he was going to move on. He's not going back to the T-Dot. So,
yeah.
Very, very interesting. All right, coming up on the other side of the break, it's our fun time. Maybe some food talk, maybe some music, movie talk. And we'll continue to talk Oilers, of course. Lots of sports today. NBA playoffs game 4. OKC looks to tie that series at 2 there in Indiana. Your CFL game is the Montreal Alouettes in Ottawa to take on the Red Blacks. We're back after the break here on EST Afternoons. Here's our guy, Coop, Sports Update.
CFL action has Montreal in the road in Ottawa. That one starts at 5:30. Red Blacks losing in week 1 while the Owls picked up a win last week. And from Winnipeg, TSN's Farhan Lalji has reported that Brady Oliveira could miss multiple weeks with a shoulder injury. Oliveira still needs testing to confirm. And the NBA Finals continues. Pacers challenging the Thunder in Game 4. OKC trailing 2-1 in the series. Tip-off goes at 6:30. While on the road, the 3-5 Stingers play the River Lions. That one goes at 5. EST's audio streams broadcasting the action midway through the game, starting at 6 o'clock. Baseball has 15 games on the slate. Toronto on the road in Philly to open up a 2-game series. Kevin Gausman starts for the Jays. First pitch at 4:45. Right now, the only game live has the Pirates and Cubs locked at 1 apiece after 8 innings played. And the Riverhawks also are in action, meeting the North Paws for the first of 3 games. Listen to the action right here on any of EST's audio streams when we join the game at 7:30. Well, from Sylvan Lake, the Cactus Rats take on the Gulls. Action starting just after 5. Elsewhere, Tristan Lawrence holds first at 5 under through 5 holes played on the day, starting from the back 9 at the U.S. Open. JJ Spawn falling to second at 4 under, even on the day through 11 holes in round 2 action. The final segment of EST Afternoons brings us back after a brief intermission. I'm Zachary Koob, keeping you up to date.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne.
It is former Edmonton Oilers forward Ryan Jones.
I look back on my time, and the one thing that I'm extremely proud of was the fan interaction. You never know what a small amount of your own personal time can do for somebody. The group of guys in that locker room are great ambassadors of the game, and they deserve this, and they've earned it.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, weekday afternoon, 3 to 6, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
River Cree Resort and Casino proudly presents Ian Munsick. July 5th, live in the venue. Country fans, you don't want to miss an evening with Ian Munsick, a stampeding, spirited celebration of romance, ranch life, family, and forever young fun. Tickets on sale now at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
.245 final segment here on EST Afternoons. What a week. Next week's going to be even busier. We'll have Game 6 on Tuesday. Elks play on Thursday. It's their home opener. Stingers are rolling. Riverhawks are rolling. What am I missing, Gager?
F1 this weekend.
Race week, you got F1 from Montreal, Canadian Grand Prix. You got Indy. You got NASCAR if you're into that kind of stuff. And that song, because on this day in 1989, Digital Underground released the Humpty Dance as the second single of their forthcoming debut album, Six Packets. I was a big Digital Underground guy.
It's that Humpty Dance. It's a trance.
Do what you like. Tupac was part of that group for a bit.
Was he?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was like a dancer for them.
I just watched that Leclerc crash in FP1.
Crazy. Gager, did you know that this day, 1997,
Kris Joseph was drafted.
The Chicago Bulls won their 5th championship in 7 years.
Against the Lakers?
I don't know if it was the Lakers.
Or was it Portland?
Maybe.
Who did they win their first one against? I think it was the Lakers.
Lakers.
And then they went up against the...
You know who's never done that? LeBron. Right?
What?
Win 5 championships in 7 years?
No.
Without a super team?
But he had Pippen.
Yeah, but Pippen was a draft day trade.
Yeah.
Wasn't a super team. Stop it, Dustin. Also on this day in 1997, a little bit of a sad story. Vladimir Konstantinov and Slav Fedosov, both of the Detroit Red Wings, were severely injured in the post-Stanley Cup celebrations. And Konstantinov was a hell of a player, man. He was like Cromwell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they had the Red Army team for crying out loud.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you imagine that? Larionov, Fedorov,
Konstantinov,
Fedosov. Who was the other one?
We're missing one.
I mean, they had Datsuk later on, but
I love Konstantinov. It was great when they won. They brought him on the ice. Oh, he was
evil.
He was a bad SOB, man.
Yeah.
Bad SOB. In 2002, the Red Wings won their 10th Stanley Cup. After the game, Scotty Bowman announced his retirement.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
And the Penguins won in 6, right?
I think.
No. 05? Or whatever. Their first cup. Sidney Crosby's first cup against
08-09.
08-09. Okay, right. 06 was Oilers. Never mind. And I think Crosby was banged up a little bit because he didn't have any points, I think.
He was hurt.
He was hurt, right?
And in the third period, he barely played.
And Maxime Talbot took over, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if that's kind of the Oilers' MO here. Just, I mean, not that Connor's hurt or anything, but he's not scoring. Do you think Kris Joseph lays it out. It's usually what happens with those generational player guys is they mark their spot in history with something special. Sidney, obviously, what he's done, golden goal, but McDavid scores at the Four Nations. I mean, I could you see a Game 7 overtime and McDavid putting it away to win his first cup?
100%. Like that's destiny, man. Fifth win was against Utah.
Oh.
And then Slava Kozlov was the fifth member.
Slava Kozlov, that's what it was. What a crazy team. And they all played. Like that was a line, right? They all played together. Bowman just threw them out there. Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
Sam says the start of the Humpty Dance could be Zach's song. Kubusch, baby, at the beginning. Baby. I'll take no royalty. Oh yeah, I got one more for you. On this day in 1986, the film Back to School was released. Do you remember who starred in that?
Rodney Dangerfield, the Triple Lindy.
I get no respect. And today's National Movie Night.
Is it?
I can't say day because it's night, right?
Right.
Yeah, if you could pick one movie to watch tonight that you have already watched, but you're so damn entertained, what would it be?
Oh God, that's a tough one, man. That I've already watched.
Yeah, like everybody has those movies that you'll watch like 20 times, so you don't care. That's how good it is.
Maybe like that. Like, what movie would you want to watch for the first time again?
Ooh.
Right, something like that. Right?
Yeah.
Cool. Save that for Hernan's work.
Okay, well, forget I said anything.
No, it's a good one.
One that comes to mind. I almost picked it on Zach to the Future today. Tropic Thunder. Would be good. That's hilarious.
I mean, I remember. I would pick The Matrix.
Really?
It's a mind blower, man.
Just trying to get him to watch The Matrix, huh?
I'm thinking of movies that I'd really appreciate watching for the first time again. Because I remember walking out of there and I was like, wow, that is different. So different.
There's so many for me, man. I don't even know where to start. I mean, Moneyball. It's my favorite sports movie.
Oh, that's a good one.
But something like that's like so powerful, like Gladiator or Braveheart.
Ooh, Braveheart would be good.
A powerful one that comes to mind, Endless Sunshine of a Spotless Mind with Jim Carrey.
I've never even
That's
heard
an
of
underrated movie. It's it hits hard, man. It's a good one.
I don't want to cry.
It's mind-boggling though, like the way that they approach it. Yeah, it's really, really odd world that they live in.
John Carlos says Dumb and Dumber. I'd love to watch that for the first time.
Oh, just laugh. Or actually, you know what? If you're going comedy, if I could, Old School. If I could watch Old School for the first time again, I would come in here the next day. You guys gotta watch this movie.
What's the other one? Superbad.
I remember showing my dad that movie. Like, I did it last year or something like that. He was laughing the whole way through. And he's like, when did this come out? I'm like, mid-2000s. He was stunned he's never seen it before.
I mean, Shawshank.
Yeah.
Like.
That's an easy one to watch.
Thought he would probably say Con Air.
It was on last weekend. I almost texted him.
Did you guys see that interview that Letterboxd did with 4 of the players between the Panthers and Oilers, asking like Stuart Skinner, I think Matthew Tkachuk, Brad Marchand, and one other Oiler, Calvin Pickard, I think, what their top 4 favorite movies were?
No.
The Florida Panthers, they all picked the same like 3 or 4 movies.
Really?
It was ridiculous. Yeah, their lists were terrible. Stuart Skinner had a good one, though.
Penner's Pancake says Plane, Trains, and Automobiles or Rounders, Mex Bezuzu, Pulp Fiction, VR, Super Troopers, Van Owen, Guardians of the Galaxy, Rip City Step, the Pitch Perfect trilogy, Jared, the other guys.
Perfect trilogy.
The other guys, underrated movie. Matt Hyman says Star Wars for the first time. Jen says Horrible Bosses, Hall Pass, Back to the Future, Indiana Jones, any of them.
Actually, if you're going like movies back to back to back, if I could just not have seen any of the Marvel movies, I would probably go home and watch every single one in chronological order.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Mark says Me, Myself, and Irene again.
Oh, that's a good one.
Truman Show.
Truman Show. That was a good one.
Koob, you have an interesting taste in films. Casino Dealer Jay says The Hangover or Karate Kid. Oh, Karate Kid.
I cry at the Karate Kid.
The Outsiders.
How about the second Outsiders?
I bet you if you could watch The Outsiders for the first time, you'd turn it off.
No, I wouldn't.
You'd change it.
My sister says Stand By Me, Lost Boys. Oh, Lost Boys would be dope.
I was upset because I saw there's this AI thing that's doing remakes of old movies.
Yeah.
And I thought it was real. But they put actual actors in there or whatever, and actors from today. And they were doing a remake of Lost Boys. And I thought, that'll be great.
Don't touch it. Leave it. It's a classic.
It is. It's like Point Break.
I've never seen Point Break.
Classic.
Yeah. Dirty Dancing?
Never. It was on, but I never really.
Roadhouse?
Great show. Both of them.
Stand By Me, Lost Boys is a Corey Feldman back-to-back. Hell, damn straight it is.
Yeah.
You remember the movie The Burbs?
With Tom Hanks?
Yeah.
Never watched that one.
It's got some good one-liners. It's not the best movie. Kind of stupid, but.
What's the one with Lawrence Fishburne? Well, he's in a lot of movies. Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood is a classic.
Yeah.
Absolute classic. How about Scarface? You want to watch that for the first time again? I was only kidding.
It doesn't. It's good. I won't say it's bad, but.
Well, I don't know. It doesn't hold up. Like, it's not a movie that I want to go back and watch, Scarface. But you watch it once, and that's kind of all you need, right? Tony Montana. It's really good. Like, I love the story, but
like
I'm not itching to watch it.
I did The Godfathers the other day. Well, a while ago.
Matt Hyman nails it. La Bamba.
Right.
Timeless classic. All right, what a show. We had a lot of fun. Thanks to our guy Gager for booking the guest today. We had Olaf Kolzig join us in the first hour. Absolutely fantastic interview.
Great goalie insight.
Yes. Chris Joseph, former Edmonton Oiler. We had Zach to the future. He barely passed. We had Inside the Numbers. And just overall, good vibes today. Menace to Society from Right in the Pine. That's another classic. Absolute classic. Guys, tomorrow's a big day. It's Game 5 here in Edmonton. It's going to be wild. For Koob, Walk, I'm Salas. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the game tomorrow. We'll talk to you soon. Reed Wilkins coming up with Jay Milne. Chowder!